First, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show today. And so we're going to go ahead and kind of jump right in.
Okay.
What are some of the kind of top names and name trends this year?
We have a new #1 girl's name, Sophia, on the girls list. It's edged out Isabella from last year, which was a surprise to us. We have Aiden as the #1 boy's name for the 6th year running. That has surprised us. We thought that might be a flash in the pan, but it's sticking around. Then we have 2 new names on the list, Liam in the boys category and Abigail in the girls category. They're at number 10 on the list, which was also a surprise for us. In the trends category, we're seeing a lot of pop culture trends showing up on the list, a little lower down. The Glee effect this year, we see Finn and Quinn rising very rapidly in popularity on the list. We've also seen a Mad Men trend where some of those retro names from Mad Men are coming back. Betty, Roger, Jane, Don, things like that.
Now that's cool. I like Aiden. It's kind of like a Sex and the City flashback for us all. Now, what are some of the most kind of popular names overall that just kind of always stay on the list in a fairly high ranking in general?
I mean, we see the list move around a little bit, but the names that are on there now have been on for the last few years. We see a lot of feminine sounding names in the girls category: Olivia, Sophia, Isabella, things like that. In the boys category, we have Jacob, Jackson, Ethan, Jaden. A lot of names that end with that EN sound or that AN sound, parents like that.
You know, we have our popular names, but what are some of the names that aren't so popular, that aren't quite so high on the list?
Yeah, there's some really interesting names way down on the list. That's where you see parents' creativity come out. On the girls list, we saw A Miracle this year as one word for a girl's name. Charisma, which we also see on the boys list, sometimes with a K. Weatherly for a girl. We thought that was kind of interesting this year. And there was the name Zophie on the girls list, which is kind of a twist of a mix of Zoe and Sophie, which are 2 other popular names. For boys, we see Anakin coming up in multiple spellings on the boys list, and a name Cashton, which again sounds to me like a mix of maybe Ashton and Cash, which are also popular in their own right. Trust and Fortune also came up on the boys list as very unique. We've also seen some sports influence on the list. The Winter Olympics really inspired parents who were having boys. Bodie is coming up in popularity, Apollo and Sean.
Now, what are some of the names that you think will be popular, I guess, in the future? Like, is there a way to predict what names will still be hot in the next few years?
Yeah, we do try to look at names that are really rising quickly on the list and have been steadily rising over the last couple of years. You know, we take out the sort of flash in the pans. On the girls list, we have Isla this year, Isla, and also Olive, which is a little twist on Olivia, maybe a little bit more unique for those people who like Olivia but don't want to go there. On the boys list, we've got some K names, Kellen and also Kingston coming up, very popular on the boys list.
Cool. I think that's the Gwen Stefani effect.
I think so too, for sure. Parents love to look at what celebrities are naming their children. That's more interesting to parents and more influential than even the celebrity's own name.
Thank you so very much for being on the show today and offering us some name insight.
Thank you so much for having me.